There's a video going around of a man explaining how he ended up homeless with his girlfriend. He says he first noticed her because she was a pretty girl living on the street. He was on his way to work and asked how she ended up homeless. He started visiting her, took her on a date. Sometimes family let her stay with them. At some point, he learned she was in active addiction. Eventually, the family didn't want her around and kicked her out. And little by little, he ended up homeless too. This is tragic and it's also instructional because sometimes what feels like unconditional acceptance isn't love, it's enablement. And if you're a fixer or a rescuer, that distinction matters more than you think. Here's what's happening psychologically. This is a rescuer archetype, a person whose nervous system is wired to feel purpose through saving, fixing, or stabilizing someone else. Often rooted in attachment patterns where love meant earning safety, being needed, or managing chaos. The brain gets a hit of meaning when it's needed, dopamine for helping, identity for rescuing. But here's the part people miss. When you rescue someone who hasn't chosen change, you don't pull them up. You slowly get pulled down, not because you're weak, because proximity shapes behavior. Nervous systems sync. Environments matter. What you normalize, you reinforce. This man didn't become homeless because he loved her. He became homeless because he bypassed boundaries in the name of compassion. He accepted circumstances that required intervention. Not that she'd take it, but not intimacy, and that acceptance unintentionally kept her stuck and caused him his stability. Sometimes people say, they accept me exactly as I am. And that sounds loving, but growth requires challenge. Love without boundaries isn't kindness, it's permission to stay unwell. This applies far beyond extreme stories. You can enable someone emotionally, financially, spiritually. You can keep them stuck, or they can keep you stuck. The nervous system adapts to what it tolerates. Compassion without discernment is not Christ-like. Jesus healed, but he also asked people to rise, to change, to take responsibility. He didn't move into dysfunction to prove love. So if you're a fixer, a rescuer, the one who always sees potential, ask yourself this without judgment. Am I helping or am I enabling? Am I loving or am I avoiding the discomfort of boundaries? Because sometimes the most loving thing you can do is refuse to sign a contract that costs you your future and your home. Gotta go. Ciao.